Hey, this is Rob Zombie. You're watching Fuse on Demand. Get it when you want it.
Well, it's very cinematic, it's very sarcastic, and it's about being a person that is part of pop culture that I've always criticized, being part of the landscape of cinema that I'm a fan of, and then, trying to understand it all. Everything is a mess. I'm not the janitor. You can just watch it. I'm just pissing on the fire of garbage. And I ate asparagus before I did it. I just wanted to do things that pleased the people around me, and not just myself. That's too self-indulgent. And I could, people could mistake me for self-indulgent. It's too self-loathing to be self-indulgent. I'm self-absorbed, like a sponge, I guess. Because that's good, because if everyone else didn't absorb what I absorbed, then they would probably become chemically unbalanced. I guess I missed the memo on that earlier in life. You write songs to communicate with people, not to alienate people. But it doesn't mean you have to write songs that are simply biographical or simply, I guess, in comparison to my last record, Eat Me, Drink Me, I think that record, which we don't play anything from, is too associated with a period in my life that I think is where I was a broken person trying to find my identity. We had a breakup that was awkward. It was like a fight with a girlfriend or a brother. What he and I had together, this best friend connection, and I didn't have that anymore. So I was sort of floating in space without a best friend. And I think I expected a lot, or maybe too much sometimes. I'm sure if someone would have called, if one of us would have called each other the next day, it would have taken 6-7 years to repair. When I saw Twiggy, I was at the Roosevelt Hotel, and it was right before Christmas. And we hadn't seen each other in years. And we automatically, it was almost as if nothing had elapsed. So I was looking at his eyes, it reminded me of how I felt about a year before. He was going through in a parallel time the same sort of, I guess, loss. And then I went to see Led Zeppelin reunion tour. I saw Robert Plant and Jimmy Page looking at each other during Stairway to Heaven. And I'm imagining these guys saying, "Hey, you realize we wrote Stairway to Heaven?" And just having the laugh in their head. And I felt bad because I didn't have Twiggy to say, "Hey, we wrote Beautiful People dub shows." And I just didn't have that connection. So I called him right after the show and I said, "You want to be back in the band, please? I know, whatever." And he was very serious. And so we automatically kicked out the Swedish guy that was in the band. And, so he came back and he was playing bass. And we finished that leg of the tour.